Good morning, this is Bharat again from Affordable Stone Benchtops. Welcome back. This is stage 3 of manufacturing your kitchen benchtops. This is the post measure or the fabrication stage. Now I'll run you through a few things that we have to do before we actually start cutting the slab. Now we use what's called a CNC machining saw. So it's a computerized machine. So the drawing that we did on the ProLiner first actually goes into a computer in the office. We take a few photos of the slabs that we're going to use for your project, and then we go in the office and do what's called a grain match to match the joins up nicely, the waterfall ends, to make the job look perfect. So this is an Italian saw that we use here. It's got a saw bed where we lie the slabs down. It's got a camera up the top. So the camera actually takes photos of the slabs when we put it on the saw. We just come in and in this instance I'll show you a little sample of the offcut that we're doing now. So we turn the camera on and we just take a quick photo. So that's it there. So that's actually the slab sitting on the saw. It comes up on the screen here, which goes back into the office. Now for this project that we just measured for the display, we've taken 3 slab photos, and I'll show you why we've taken 3 slabs and not 2 slabs. We could have got away with just using 2 slabs for the job, but because we want to get a perfect vein match, it's got a splashback as well. We're going to line the splashback up with the bench top and the waterfall ends. We've taken 3 photos. We stock all the slabs once we take the photos in here. So all these slabs we've taken photos of. In this case, there's a couple of slabs here that we're going to use for this project. It's the Calacara Verona. We go back into the office and I will run you through what's called the vein matching software that we use for this saw. So once we've taken the photos, the drawing from the ProLiner comes back into the office. Now I've already done a quick layout of this project. So this project we're going to use 3 slabs and not 2, and I will show you in a minute why we can't use 2 slabs. So as you can see, this is the bench top with a sink in it. Remember, it had the window with those little notches. That's your notches there. That's the piece sitting on the slab, and this is the section which runs into that piece on the sink. Now this is a big splashback across the wall behind that piece there, and we've got the one waterfall, the second waterfall, and the splashback has got 2 joins. So because it's going all the way to the ceiling, we got to put a join up there, which we've put the other piece sitting on top there, and then there's another join which is in here. So we mark the joins by putting circles. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds on there. So that piece actually runs into what's in here. As you can see, this is the join into the splashback. There's 4 there. So we've got a couple of joins, number 2 slabs there, 2 rounds there. There's this 3 here. There's 3 here. That's the waterfall for this piece. That's the waterfall for that piece. So once we do the layout, when we've placed this in the software, I will show you I've done what the job's going to look like. So this is the bench across the wall. This is the splashback that sits behind this, and that's the little piece that we're going to join up the top. And this is the small piece. Because the slab is longer than 3 meters, we've had to put a joint in the splashback there too. Now this piece is the one with the window where the sink goes. This is the waterfall end on this end, and then we've got another waterfall end on this piece here. So as you can see, these grains match up pretty nicely with the splashback. This grain here matches up on the join. This is on the waterfall end. This is up on the splashback. And this is another waterfall end on that end. Now, like I was saying to you previously, we cannot actually just use 2 slabs, as a lot of companies would not worry about doing a grain match and spending all the time. This takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours just to get this lined up and do a proper grain match. We've spent the time as well as more materials. So if I, for instance, I can show you in a minute here, if for instance If I wanted to get the splashback piece from this slab, I could. I didn't have to use another full sheet. We could probably, although we only charge you for that little bit there because we can use that for another job, but we still have to use a third sheet, which is an extra cost. However, if I was to place these pieces separately, so let's move these, and we'll show you in a minute what happens with the grain match there. First, we'll move these pieces. So move this, so I can make room. I can move the sink piece all the way to the bottom of the slab, somewhere there, and I can move what's called the waterfall ends. So if I move this waterfall end down the bottom here, let's move it down here. We can move this splashback join on the side of that long splashback on the wall down here, and let's move this the second waterfall end down the bottom here. All right, let's do that. Not spend too much time doing a grain match, and move the piece that needs to sit on top of the splashback, and I move it okay. So I need a bit more room. We can manage that, so let's move all of these down further. So I've still got enough room there to be able to squish that in. So let's move all of this down a bit more. So if I move the waterfall all the way, remember we can go hard up against that piece, so we don't have to have a gap, but we leave a little bit of a gap just for the saw blade nicely to cut it nicely. We move the splashback joint down the bottom as well. Move that down, and then we move the other waterfall. Now remember, we've already spent about an hour trying to grain match it while we put the pieces on the 3 slabs and take 3 photos. So that's time plus the extra material. Now we think we should be able to get that splashback in there. Let's have a look. All right, so how much do we need? All right, there's another way we can do this. So we still need a bit more room. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this one further down, the entire slab down, and we can get that window section all the way to the corner there. Has that moved? Yes, it has. Okay, so that's moved down. Let's see what that does. How much room do we need now? I think we'll get it. Yep, we will get it because I can still move this one down hard up against there. All right, so just in, as you can see, it's right on the top edge. We've got enough clearance for the blade. That's on the bottom edge. Now what this has done is this has moved the pieces, of course, but it's left us with this extra slab that we're not using anymore, not even using anything of it. So that's a big saving there. But what does it do to the job? Now let's maximize this and see what it does there. All right, now look at this now. So this is what it's done to the waterfall. See how that's moved? The grain doesn't match there. The splashback on this one we haven't moved, so that's okay. But look at the top here. Look at this piece here. How is that going to look? That's going to look horrendous. Look at this piece here. Like there's a join there, that one doesn't line up. This one doesn't line up to this. This join on the bench does not line up. And also the waterfall end here, it doesn't line up. So I have not wasted time to do a grade match. I have saved one slab by doing this, but we don't do it that way. And that's the reason we spend time, we spend more material, try to do the right thing, get the job look perfect. So now you have an idea of how we do things. I hope it makes it clear for you to pick a stonemason that can do a perfect job for you. Thank you so much, and we'll see you at your next job. Thank you.